Captain Saab, thank you so much for joining me. So the Vadhavan port seems to be getting off the ground with JNPT and DP World signing a MoU. What can you tell us about the history of this port and the original objective?
We were awarded this project in 1997 under Advantage Maharashtra by the then Prime Minister Deva Gowda and the Chief Minister Manor Joshi. We had envisaged that this port will be the Rotterdam of India. We wanted to create a very large multi-purpose port, which would be handling containers, cars, coal, wheat, cement, oil, gas, iron ore, almost all the cargoes that are required to be handled in this port. And the first phase was going to be 500 million metric tons, followed by 250 million metric tons in phase two, and the last phase being another 250 million metric tons. So 1,000 million metric tons was the project that we were looking at. It was going to cost approximately $1 billion, and we were very keen to do it. Of course, unfortunately, we couldn't go ahead and develop it because of the environmentalists who blocked us. So I'm delighted that Modi ji has taken the courage and ensured that this project is finally coming to fruition, which is 26 years later, and now at a cost of approximately $8 billion US.
Right. So a lot has changed since this port was conceived, and it was then conceived under P&O Ports, which was subsequently bought by Dubai Ports or DP World. So what all has changed? Of course, we've seen much more port capacity added, including on the West Coast. And also, I'm assuming the product mix may have changed. So how are you seeing this?
Well, because we didn't develop it, JNPT has developed many container terminals. And finally, even the government-managed container terminal has been privatized. I've been asking for this for the last 27 years, but finally they did it. Apart from that, there's the Maersk terminal, there's the PSA terminals. And then, of course, there's Mundra. You must be seeing all the ads recently, 25 years of Mundra, barren as it was on the front page of the Economic Times. That is exactly how it was. It was barren when we bought it. There was absolutely nothing there. We would have to commute from Gandhinagar all the way to Mundra. And we put Mundra on the map. P&O Ports put Mundra on the map. And I have to give credit to Gautam Seth. After we put Mundra on the map, he has further gone on to develop with Malay Madhavia and others and developed a great port. And Mundra is a big port now, and it can compete with any major port of India. And I think it's done well. So that capacity has come on. Vallarpadam has come on down the transshipment terminal. And, other ports have also come up for capacity-wise, which is very required for India as India grows. I don't think there's any dire strait emergency that we should not be developing ports. We should be developing more ports with emphasis on not the revenue that the government gets, but on emphasis on efficiency, equipment that is put in. But more importantly, the ship turnaround time should be good so that India benefits from its imports and exports.
So there is usually a comparison made with ports like Singapore or even Dubai when it comes to parameters like turnaround time. So where do we stack up now?
Govind, right from 1996, I have said that Indian volume to and from should only be from Indian ports and never, and I repeat, never be transshipped. Why should an Indian importer and exporter bear a transshipment cost? Every shirt in that container or any goods that you transport, if you transship it over another port, you have to pay for the lift on, lift off. You have to pay for the delay in that port. And I have been consistently saying Indian volume should go to and from directly from India. And that should be the aim of every single port that is created in India.
Does that mean that we lose in terms of turnaround time because we are transshipping?
Of course. There may be a slight diversion. The box will stay in the yard for so many days till the mothership comes to take it up. The handling charge of lift on, lift off, of course there's a charge. No shipping line is going to do it for you free because it's transshipping over it. The Indian importer and exporter pays for it. And I've always said that when I created NSICT, my volume is going to go to and from directly from India and come to India.
Right. So speaking of motherships, so the Vizhinjam port in Kerala, the project is also moving, which is more of a transshipment port. So would that now help segregate traffic and speed up everything?
Well, the Vizhinjam port, I believe it's a very good concession agreement that Gautam Seth has got, but it's going to directly compete with Vallarpadam, which is also a transshipment port. It's also going to compete with Colombo, SAGT, which was a P&O terminal in the old days. It's going to compete with the Jaya terminal. It's going to compete with the China merchants terminal that the China merchants own. And now, surprisingly, it's going to also compete with Gautam Seth's terminal itself because he has signed a concession in Colombo to do a transshipment terminal. So Vizhinjam is going to directly compete with that. It doesn't make any sense to me, but that's how it's going to be. But in my personal opinion, there is no need for Indian volume to be transshipped anywhere. And as you look at the coastline of India, the coastline narrows towards the bottom, and there is a lot of competition. Chennai is doing well. Chidambaram Port is doing well. Tuticorin is doing well. There's just too much cargo capacity there, and there's a lot of competition there. So I can't see Vizhinjam competing. And Vadwan, the location is fabulous. Modi's new system to compete with one belt and one road scheme is perfect. Vadwan's perfect, 20-meter draft. It'll go directly. Although the alignment in the maritime thing was shown as Dubai, personally, I think it should be directly into Fujairah so you don't enter the Persian Gulf. So if you don't enter the Persian Gulf, you don't have to pay the premium, the insurance premium, extra insurance premium, extra steaming time to and from. And from Fujairah, it directly connects onto the rail line, goes via Saudi Arabia, and then goes out again. So if Modi's dream is to be coming true, as far as that is concerned, then the location of Vadwan serving the Indian hinterland, be it Maharashtra, be it Gujarat, be it Madhya Pradesh, be it Bihar, be it whatever, is fantastically positioned. The port is fantastically positioned. We saw this coming in 1997. Unfortunately, as I said, it's 26 years too late. But happening, my dream is coming true, and that delights me to no end. I would like to see this happen.
Right. Captain Sarbh, thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you very much for having me. Cheers. Bye-bye.